Pappy Van Winkle, that's kind of the name everyone knows because their family has been distillers, master distillers for generations. The Willett family is on the exact same level, and in about another 10 or 15 years, I promise you're going to be having their name in the same conversation line as Pappy Van Winkle. They, unlike Pappy Van Winkle, got out of distillation in the late 90s. They sold their interest. They got completely out. The smart thing is the generations behind realized that was unbelievably stupid, and they got back in. So they started brewing. They started distilling their own spirits again and aging them, as a good distiller would do. They did not put out any crap. They went out. They sourced good bourbons because they have an unbelievable palate for it, and created amazing sourced bourbons until their new distillations are coming out, and they're just starting now. So if you see Willett Family Estate Reserves, that's their stuff. It's freaking unbelievable. It will be at the same level, if not better than Pappy. Noah's Mill is one of their sourced bourbons that will eventually become a complete in-house bourbon. Unbelievably good. 51.75% alcohol by volume. You're going to see a little bit of a difference. So my friend Russ brought up a really good point to me that I should have told you guys earlier. When I mentioned earlier that at bourbon there's three components. There's nose, palate, and finish. When you're taking your bourbon, if you really want to amplify the flavors and the smells and the taste, open your mouth when you're breathing in, and it's going to change the entire dynamic of what you're getting from a flavor profile. So that's going to help you really identify those little subtleties. Is it a cherry? Is it an apple flavor? Am I getting toasted oak? Am I getting new oak? Am I getting cedar? Am I getting pine? Is it a caramel? Is it a molasses? So on this next one, swish it around a little bit in your glass. Breathe in, open your mouth when you breathe in. It should change the dynamics of what you get, and then sip it. Swish it around a little bit and swallow. This is going to be the strongest one we've tasted tonight. So be prepared for a little kick.
What do you feel about like opening it, like putting little droppers of water, you know, or adding a little water to the bourbon like you would like a scotch?
Great question. So depending on the proof, depends on how I feel about it. Like the lower proofs, if it's below 100, I never want to add anything to it, because if it's below 100, I already know the distiller has watered it down prior to bottling. So I don't want to water it down anymore. If it's over 100, then it may or may not have been watered down. So the higher the proof gets, the more water you add, the different flavor profile you're going to get. So if you get like a really high distillation, a bottled proof like this barrel proof, which is 125 proof, you're going to see a completely different bourbon when you add a little bit of water. I do it. I don't have anything against it. I know some people are either hard against it or all for it. I just think it's about the proof level. So the higher proof, I'm all about it because it's going to change the entire profile. I may kind of like it at a higher proof, and then may add 1 cube of ice and freaking love it, or vice versa. I may love it by itself, add the water, decide I don't like it. So, I mean, I'm good with it.
You drink most of your neat?
Yeah, most of what I do is neat, but the higher proofs I'll throw a little bit in there. I'll throw a cube of ice. That's the other thing. You'll see like the big ice cubes. I actually don't like it because they add too much ice, and I have a ton of them. So I normally just do like one little big cube. All right.